Hello, Year 8. Today is about group 0. Make sure you've got your periodic table of the elements up. And remember, the group 0 are the ones that are down here on the right. I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to go straight into the lesson. Today is going to be a short one. Now, here are the lesson objectives. Pause if you'd like to read them. Now, we've just discussed that group 0, or the noble gases, is the column on the right. And what I want you to do for the starter is I would like you to look at these different pictures and diagrams, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and tell me everything that you can figure out from the group 0 elements from these pictures. So pause it, and then come back in a minute and unpause it when you think you're done. Hopefully we've done that. So let's start with the top left one here. So what you'll notice is these are arranged in the same order you see them on the periodic table. So what you could say is, as you go down the group, okay, this is going down the group because helium is at the top of the group, okay, and radon is at the bottom of the group. So as I go down the group, the boiling point of the noble gases increases. Okay, you can see the boiling point increases. Here again, as I go down the group, the density of the noble gases increases. So this one here, this is actually representing our atmosphere. Now it's not completely accurate because they've rounded the numbers up, but what you can see is 1% of our atmosphere is made up of noble gases. It's actually less than 1%, but that doesn't. All you need to get from this is that they are pretty rare. They don't occur naturally very often. Now here, hopefully you've seen lights like this before. I'm sure you've heard of a neon light. Okay, so there's neon. This is the original one, neon light, the bright red light that was used in advertising that they put on the street. Very eye-catching. So they are used, these group 0 elements are used in neon lights. And this one at the bottom here, I'd be impressed if you got this one. This represents the atomic radius. And you can see that as you go down the group, the atomic radius increases. Now, the only other thing you need to know about group 0 elements is they are very, very unreactive. So they are very difficult to react with anything. So even though the reactivity increases as you go down the group, they really do not react with anything unless under extreme conditions. Now, just a quick matchup. Hopefully we know helium's used in celebration balloons. Hopefully we know that neons are used in neon lights, and argon in the light bulb. So if you look at the ceiling, you should have a light bulb somewhere. Now, if you have an old filament bulb, it should be, the bulb inside the glass will be filled with argon because it's unreactive. If you just used air inside the light bulb, what would happen is, as the bulb got hot, the metal inside the light bulb would oxidize. It would react with oxygen, and then the bulb would break. So we fill it with argon because it's unreactive. The last one, krypton, is used in medicine as a laser. Now, here is the task we are going to do. Now, because we were supposed to do a graph for today's lesson, but I can't imagine anybody has got any graph paper at home. I know I don't, so we won't be able to do that. So what I want us to do instead is this, and I want you to put some effort into it because you've got the full lesson to do it. Now, you can use Google. I recommend using Wikipedia. I recommend using BBC Bitesize. Probably the two best places to look for. You can use YouTube as well if you'd like to Google. If you'd like to search on YouTube and find different videos on group 0, group 1 and group 7 elements. So, you work for an advertising agency and have been asked to make a magazine advert to explain why the noble gases are important. It should be eye-catching and persuasive. Use this success criteria below to guide you. So here, just see this as what grade you would get. So if you did the first one, you would get a grade 1, then a grade 2, 3, 4, and 5. So for a grade 1 on your little poster, you would identify the names and symbols of the group 0 elements and have described where they are in the periodic table. As a little side note, because you're trying to make this eye-catching persuasive for the grade 1, I would have expected you to draw them as atoms and coloured them in. For number 2, for grade 2, list the physical properties of group 0 elements and give uses for them. So give 2 named examples of a use. Again, you could either look back through the PowerPoint or you can Google it. So then, and it carries on. Grade 3, it's a bit more. Grade 4 is a little bit more as well. And then grade 5, actually, you've got to compare them, group 0 with group 1 and group 7. So after you've done your poster or your information leaflet or however you want to present it, then please take a photo of it or email it to me. And then that is everything that you need to do for today.